Today we're installing our hard, low-profile bed cover for the Jeep Gladiator. Now I've already got it unboxed, I've got it laid out so we can go over the components of the kit before we get to the install. Okay, in no particular order, we've got our side rails, driver and passenger side. Next, we've got our bulkhead seal. We've got our drain tubes that attach to our side rails. We've got all of our mounting brackets, and we also include tools to install. Now this kit fits both the Gladiators with the cargo management system from the factory and without. It ships ready to install on those with the cargo management system. Our Gladiator does not have that, so the first step is going to be to remove these brackets. We're going to remove these 10mm nuts, remove this bracket, and install the bracket for the Gladiator without the cargo management system. That's one down. We've got 3 more. I'll go ahead and knock those out and we'll continue with the install. Before we install our side rails onto the Gladiator, we're going to install our front support plates onto the rails. Simply slides onto the channel. We're going to leave it loose for now. We'll tighten it up once we set the position on the truck. We're also going to install our drain tubes. They simply cap off the end of the rail and they are going to help the water that comes down the rail out of the vehicle. Your side rails are side specific, so when you set them up for install, be sure to put them on the correct side. Have your drain tube toward the cab and your striker plate toward the tailgate. Now we're going to go ahead and install our bulkhead seal. It's going to help the cover maintain its water resistance. It's going to peel the backing off, set it in place, and work our way down the bulkhead. Don't give it a tug and tighten it up. We're letting it fall where it falls. And once we get to this end, we'll trim off that extra we sent you. All right, now we're going to make sure our side rails are in place where they need to be. We're going to flip up the portion of our bracket that grabs the side rail of the Gladiator and tighten this 17mm bolt. All right, the driver's side is mounted. Let's go ahead and do the same for the passenger side, and we'll be one step closer to installing this bed cover. All right, now we're going to take our drain tubes and insert those in these holes that are already here for us in the bed. Once we do that, any water that may happen to end up in this channel is going to be routed out and onto the ground. Now we're ready to set the cover in place. All right, now we're going to take our hardware for our front support bracket. We're going to drop it into the pre-drilled hole on the front support panel and line it up with the bracket. Once we've run the bolt through the panel and the bracket, we can lock the bracket down onto the rail and tighten down the panel. We're going to leave the rubber washer to the outside of the panel to make sure it seals tight. So here we have our front support bracket on our rail, and it's freely sliding. Here's the bolt we just dropped in. I'm going to raise the bolt up enough to slide the bracket underneath. And once I do that, there we go. Get the bolt back in place. We're going to lock down the bracket onto the rail with a supplied Allen wrench. And then we'll tighten down the panel to the bracket with the bolt. All right, now we'll go flat washer, lock washer, and finally knob. I'll get this tightened down, and then just for extra safety, we include a pin. Now we'll take our pin and go in the end of the bolt. And finally, we've got a safety strap with a carabiner, and it is going to attach to our rail bracket, just like that. And now we're going to repeat the process on the other side. Right. And of course, the most important part. And there you have it. In less than an afternoon, the contents of your bed are protected against the elements and, of course, light fingers. This is a very simple install. I know you guys can do it. Check it out today at roughcountry.com.